so glad y'all came to see me. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a long time coming, y'all. I have been contemplating on making a YouTube channel for years, literally years. So welcome to my channel, guys. I'm so glad you came to tune in. Since you are here, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Share it with your friends. Share it on the social media channels. Period, point blank. Trust me, I'm gonna tell you again in this video that you should go subscribe, because you should. You actually should have been subscribed before you even clicked on the video, but I understand you want to preview the content first, because that's what I do. That's what I do. But just, yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you share and hit that notification bell to get post notifications on when I'm going to post a video. So when this video goes up, it will be New Year's Day. So Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2021. I wish everyone who's watching this video all positivity, all blessings, all prosperity, everything positive in 2021. I wish it upon you. And I hope you achieve that. Achieve any goal that you have, anything. All of that. Everything should be great in 2021. Because 2020 has been hell for all of us. But it's okay. So, as you guys can see by that title, I'm going to be doing an everyday foundation routine for oily skin. Okay? So, I personally have oily skin. And this is just what I do. This is how I do my foundation. And this is also mask friendly. So, this is like a non-transferable application for makeup, like just to keep your makeup in place all day, even under a mask. I'm not saying it's 100% transferable, because that's just literally impossible when you have friction on your face like that. Especially me, I have chubby cheeks, so just literally moves, you know, all day, because that's just what it does. So yeah, you guys stay tuned and keep on watching this video. Okay, so first things first, guys, this is the order I do my makeup. Everybody is subject to do their makeup in whatever order they want to do it. But this is how I do my makeup. So first things first is I do my eyebrows and I make sure my face is washed, and I apply my moisturizer. So a brow tutorial will be coming soon. Yeah, a brow tutorial will be coming soon. So next, I take my Quick Fix by Urban Decay. This is the Hydra-Charged Complexion Priming Spray. And I use this actually on a daily basis. It's really good. So I'm just going to apply it to my face. Quick spray. Yes, I use a lot, but I love this stuff. And it has coconut water, niacinamide, and Septonic M3, which I don't know what that is, but I know niacinamide is really good for your face. And it just brings the moisture to my face. It feels amazing on my face as well. Next, I'm going to be taking my Sri Hut Lip Butter. I'm going to be taking this as the to keep my lips moisturized throughout this video. And I do this with my makeup tutorials. Well, not with my makeup tutorials, with when I do my makeup in general. And this has rose hip oil in it. Not rose hip oil. And it also has shea butter in it. And it's very, very moisturizing on the lips. It gives me all the moisture I need. Lips are never crusty. Lips never crusty without it, but lips definitely ain't crusty with it. So next, I take my e.l.f. Matte Pore Putty Primer. And this is just a white cream powder that is really good for mattifying your face. So I just take some and I put it on my T-zones just to keep the first of all, lock in the moisture, because this is definitely gonna lock in the moisture. And I just make sure that my face is not showing any pores, because I do have some large pores on my cheeks. And I also have like some discoloration on my face as well due to this. But I just put it in my T-zone and on my cheeks just to minimize the appearance of pores, and also just to really minimize this texture on top of my lip, because I really don't have like a huge mustache, but I do have some texture there. So I just make sure that I do that, and then I'm gonna put some on my forehead, just a little bit on my forehead. And see, this primer works good when you set it. So I don't recommend not using this to set. Like, I've used it before in the past, and I put on powder, and then I put the matte poreless with the matte play primer on top. But this the consistency of this should have told me, but it's really not that good on top of powder. So if you have really oily skin, it's good underneath the powder. It's good to be set into your face, okay? That makes sense. Next, I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I am just going to give myself a good layer. And I'm just going to set the moisturizer into my face, and I'm just going to set everything that I just put on into my face, so it can be on my face and not mixed in with my foundation. That makes sense. A lot of people say that the Laura Mercier, put it on like this gives them a white cast, but I feel like I'm yellow enough to where I can do this. But if you choose, you could always go with a darker powder. The Maybelline loose powder is a good one. They have a couple different colors. Also, any banana powder, the Makeup Revolution banana powder is good. Tasha Buttercup is good. Even the Laura Mercier, the darker colors in this foundation is in this powder is good as well, y'all. So if that's something that you would like to do, I would say definitely go that route. You don't have to use the Laura Mercier. I feel like it's good for me, and it always has worked for me. And next, for also underneath the face, I'm going to be taking my Urban Decay All Nighters setting spray. I'm low. As y'all can see, I'm just a little cheap. I like the travel size things, but I'll buy full size eventually. So I'm just going to spray a couple sprays of this just to layer that setting spray, because I feel like layering setting spray, like, people don't understand the use of setting spray. Like, when you start layering your setting spray, it literally will change your life. I'm sorry, I had to take my braces off. That was very loud. But yeah, so next we're gonna go into foundation. So for foundation, I am going to be taking this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the color 340, y'all. So, story time real quick while I'm doing this. I was actually trying to get the Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation. Y'all, I've literally taken it to the store 2 times. This is what I returned it today and got a different color, and it was still the wrong color. So I'm over it, honestly. But that foundation, I'll be doing like a kind of a review. If you guys want to see that, y'all leave it in the comments below. If not, y'all just see it pop up in my video eventually. But I'm going to be taking this random Bare Minerals brush. It's the Complexion Perfector. Yeah, my mom bought this for me, y'all. So I'm just going to be taking it just to put it on my face. As y'all can see, this foundation is really like my perfect match, like perfect. Like, it doesn't get any better than this. And I also just put it on the back of my hand just to warm the product up. Foundation does oxidize down a little bit, so it's not like super oxidizing, but you can still tell the difference. So I'm going to be taking my Morphe sponge, which I just got put on to this, the Morphe sponge. So shout out to Tamara Renee. Y'all ever seen her channel? But she definitely put me on. Like, I was like, I have to try this foundation sponge. I love a sponge. I'm a beauty blender type of girl. So this right here, just, yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm liking this. It's not as soft and as supple as the beauty blender, which is how it's not soaking up as much product. And I can see that I am getting a little bit more coverage. Y'all excuse my bumpers, but I am getting a little bit more coverage with this sponge. So I'm liking that. So I'm trying this with y'all because I've never tried this before. And this is an affordable sponge. It is $8 at Ulta. So if y'all want to check it out because y'all like how this is looking, I'm liking how this is looking. And I do just add a little bit more to my face all the hours of this because like I said, I have like darker marks. But yeah, I usually don't have to conceal my dark marks with this foundation. It usually gives me a great like application, and it just, you know, does what it's supposed to do. Yeah, see, I'm looking at this in the mirror. This look good, y'all. This looking real nice. Let me pull out my other mirror so I can see though. So y'all, I'm just going to be taking my kabuki brush, which this is a blended buff brush by Beverly. I got these brushes from TJ Maxx, banging on a budget. And I'm just going to be buffing it into the side of my face a little bit more, just because I want some more coverage. And that brush is going to pack that product in like I want it, and then blend some down to my neck. The key to a beautiful application process for foundation is blending. There's literally nothing else that you can do that will make a difference in your makeup besides blending when it comes to foundation. So next we're going to do concealer, and I'm going to be taking this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the color Warm Caramel, and I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape concealer in the color Medium Sand Tan. And I'm just going to be using both of these concealers to conceal in all of my areas that I like to highlight in. So, guys, one thing about highlighting and contouring is you have to figure out where you like your highlighter and where you like your concealer to sit. Your face has natural places where the light hits. And for certain people's faces, it hits in different areas. It hits in the same area for everyone, but they hit in different types of areas. Like for my face, my light points are like kind of wider because my face is wider. I have a little round, wide face. So of course, where I put my concealer is going to be a slight bit different than you, because everybody has different facial structures. But if you literally study your face, you'll figure out exactly where you need to put it. Just like when I smile, I can't do it right now, but when I smile, my contour goes right in there, and I can see it. I can see it when I turn my head. You can see the shadow exactly where I need to put my contour. And then if you want to contour your forehead, that's a different story. But make sure you are using a concealer that is either one shade lighter or 2 shades lighter if you want a highlighted look. If you want a normal, you know, if you just want to conceal in certain areas, you can use a concealer that is your skin tone. So make sure that you're doing that. And I like my highlight to be like super bright. And I like to let mine dry down a little bit too. So I don't like my concealer to be just like super moist, because first of all, when you let it dry down a little bit, you are gaining the most coverage out of your concealer. You are gaining the most coverage. And also, when you let it dry down a little bit, sometimes it's easier to move and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's really just going to stay in the place that you want it to stay in. A lot of people bring their concealer out to here, but my face is wider, and that's how they make their face look wider. So I keep mine here in this perimeter, just to cut the cheek off more, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to also take this Morphe beauty sponge, and I'm going to take the tip. I'm just going to start to blend. Let me get my mirror, y'all. And I also have a wider nose, so I like to bring the concealer up onto my nose. So next, you don't want to let your concealer, especially me, I have creases in my under eyes, so you never want to let your concealer sit for too long. So therefore, I take this Real Techniques beauty sponge, and yes, it's dirty, y'all. A lot of people are like, don't use a dirty sponge. I'm using this one out, but people are like, don't use a dirty sponge. It's a little dirty. And I'm just going to take that Laura Mercier powder, and I am going to set everywhere that I highlighted. I'm not going to bake. I'm just going to literally press this powder into my skin. For me, the Laura Mercier does not, I repeat, does not transfer. Not transfer. No flashback. No flashback. No flashback. So I personally can use as much and just wipe away the excess and I'll be fine. But a lot of people can't do that, and I don't understand, because how do some people have flashback and some people don't? It doesn't make sense to me. But it's just, you know. And I set my whole nose because, like I said, y'all, my nose is so oily. Like, I bet I'm still going to be oily after this. Like, y'all cannot understand. Like, probably more than like still it's okay, y'all. So next, I'm going to take this large brush. This large brush. Oh my gosh, this large brush. It's a Complexion brush by no one. And I am just going to take it, the same brush that I used to set the primer and stuff in, and I am just going to dust this across all the rest of the areas on my face. So next, I am going to be bronzing. I don't necessarily like chisel contour because I just personally don't like to. So yeah, I'm going to be taking my Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder. This powder, I've been using this powder forever, and this powder is in the color 178. Really good bronzing shade, not too dark. It's a very warm color. Okay, so we're gonna talk undertones while I'm doing this. So undertone wise, undertones are very, very important. Very, very, very important when it comes to doing your makeup. I'm yellow undertone, yellow golden undertone in my face and in my body as well, obviously, because they're the same undertone everywhere. But so I like for my foundations to be my undertone. Some people like to switch it up with their undertones, and I don't understand that. But I'm also just chiseling my cheeks, guys. I'm chiseling at my cheekbones, and I'm just going along where the shadow is naturally shown, just to make it seem like I really got like a deep cheekbone, but I really don't. I got a little double chin, but it's okay. And I also took that bronzing powder, and I just bronzing in my jawline, and I even brought it up under my cheekbone just to contour that to make it look higher. I like my high cheekbones. Sometimes I pat, sometimes I rub. Yeah, y'all. And I also bring it onto my forehead, right in here. I don't go all the way up on my forehead. Sometimes I do, so I'm just go up there today because I feel like I should today. But I just bring it just a little bit, not too much, not too less. I'm just going to be making sure that I keep it under the line of demarcation of where my concealer is. You can see the line of demarcation right now, but once I finish blending and bronzing, you won't be able to see it anymore. So yeah, and a lot of people also make the fish face. I do that at the end just to make sure that my contour is everywhere, because I like to contour up more because my cheeks are so big. So I like to make my cheeks look smaller. So sometimes my contour doesn't even go down far enough. I had it really high, and I like it high like that. So yeah, now that that is done, I am going to take another brush. Yeah, I'm gonna take this NYX brush. It doesn't have a name on it, but it's just this blending brush here. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to contour my nose. This is also like one of my favorite steps in my makeup because my nose is like kind of large and I like to make it look kind of small. So yeah, I'm just gonna contour. And you never want your nose contour to be too harsh. A good color. So like I was saying earlier with undertones, but I skipped the conversation. The undertone in your contour should more than likely not be the same undertone as your foundation, because it's not going to stand out as much. Yellow undertones go better with warm undertones for contouring. Cool undertones go better with like olive colors and neutral colors. And then warm undertones also need like a neutral olive tone color to contour with. So olive and neutral, yellow and warm, and olive and neutral with warm and cool. Sometimes you could get away with cool and olive and neutral tones are more versatile because you can really do anything. Really do a lot. Not necessarily olive, but more than likely if you're a neutral tone girl, you could do anything, like really anything. You could do warm, yellow, pink. You can really get away with a lot of it. You just have to be careful though sometimes you have two undertones, so you just gotta be careful. And so for my nose contour, I also like to flick it up into the front of my brow just to give it that effect. And I also like to take it into my brow bone too. So like my brow bone and right into the front of my brow, just to give it that structured look, because I have really soft features. My features are not hard at all. So y'all, something that I really just got into recently was blush. And I found this Brontour set that has this color in it, and I think this is the color, I think this one is the color Fabulous. This color is, and it's really pink, like, and it say it's supposed to be a contour color, but this definitely doesn't look like a contour color to me. So I'm just going to be taking this pink color right here, and I'm going to be using it as blush. And I'm also going to mix my Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Pearlized Blush in the color Drop of a Hat. And this is what it looks like. I'm just going to be mixing these two together because that's going to give me a cute little, you know, rosy cheek. So I'm just going to lightly, because this stuff is pigmented. Do you see this on the brush? Do you see this? You tap some of that off. It's the pigmented boy. Ooh, God, dog, boy. This stuff done jumped on this brush and done messed up and ooh, y'all. I'm telling y'all, look. I'm over it. I'm over it. It's such a it's such a pretty blush, y'all, but I cannot do this right here on this camera, y'all. Just know that this is where I'm putting it. Y'all can see what I'm doing. See, I should have been recording right here all the time, y'all. Please excuse me. I'm really just trying to get this correct. Like, I'm trying to get this YouTube stuff correct. So, bear with me, but it's going to all pay off. And I'm going to be spilling out all the tips and tricks that I know. You feel me? So, just stay tuned for me. If you really messing with me, if you really rocking with me, just stay tuned. Don't be scared of blush. It's very easy to blend. And sometimes you can just go a little overboard, but blending is always a thing. So, yeah. But I personally love that blush adds color back to my face because I feel like my face always looks kind of flat when I do my makeup. But now that I started to use blush and the mixture of those two colors is gorgeous. It gives me a good glow. And it also gives me a blush color. This is beautiful. So next, guys, I'm going to highlight. And I take a well-used highlighter palette. This palette is top 10, top 2, and not number 2. And there's so many different colors. I'm gonna tell y'all gonna be like, yeah. But I've literally had this palette since like 2017, 2018, 2 or 3 years. I really legit have had this palette for like 2 or 3 years, and it still comes off strong. It doesn't break me out. It's beautiful. So if you're thinking, you can't keep makeup for this long, you're probably not supposed to. But this is my everyday foundation routine for oily skin. Okay, this is what I do. So don't try it out. So for the highlighter, I'm going to be mixing Hot Sand, Sun Ray, and all of the colors in the palette except for Snow. Okay. I love to glow. I love the glowy look. It's just, I feel like it just accentuates my features. I love it. So I'm just going to highlight on my cheekbones. Right there. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? You can see it. You can see me doing this. Y'all can see it. And I just bring it up a little bit just to highlight right there in my crescent moon. That's what I call it. My crescent moon. I don't know what that is. It's really just my cheekbone up into my eyebrow bone, but I call it my crescent moon because I feel like it's just a crescent moon. So if you're using this product, please use the light hand. Be careful. And as y'all can see, I just highlighted my cheek, the tip of my nose, and the bridge of my nose because like I said, I love a glowy face. I love to glow. And I love how it looks when I put on the highlighter in these spots. So if you like a glowy look as well, or if you feel like you would like it, try it. It's actually really good. This is a Wet n Wild brush, and I really want to say this is just their blending brush. As y'all can see, this brush has been through a lot with me, but it's just a blending brush. So yeah. So y'all, I just turned my light off because this makeup look was not giving on camera like it was giving in this mirror. So I had to turn the light off just so y'all could really see what was really going on here. This is really what this makeup look is looking like. Like, this is gorgeous. This is what I'm seeing in this mirror. This is what I'm seeing in person. So I just wanted to come and show you guys. And I did apply this Urban Decay All Nighter Spray off camera. So next I am going to get into my favorite everyday lip. If you are my friend on Instagram, or if you guys are following me on Instagram, you know that I did post a makeup tutorial for Christmas, and I used an Express gloss, like the store Express. And when I tell y'all, these Express glosses are the baby. They're the bomb. They're clutch. So I have this Express gloss right here that has been overly used. And once again, the color is literally gone. I cannot even tell you what color it is, but it's this beautiful bright pink. And it's my favorite gloss for an everyday look. I love a light pink gloss. So I'm just gonna apply it. And y'all, it smells like bubble gum. It's so pretty. It's a very thick, long-lasting gloss. And it's not too sticky. It's not too watery. It doesn't move around a lot. And I absolutely love it. See, it just gives you like this pink tint. I just saw how country I was right there. But it gives this pink tint to your lips while adding a gloss and a beautiful shine. And I absolutely love it. This is my everyday foundation routine for oily skin. And it's also great for mask, non-transferable. Really due to this Urban Decay spray and all of the powder that we use in this routine. So thank you guys for watching my very first YouTube video. I'm so glad you guys decided to tune in, and I really hope you guys like this video. So go ahead and do it. Go ahead like this video. Comment down below if you got to the end of this video. You see we have a lot of pink going on, so comment a pink heart if you got to the end of this video. Yes, thank you guys so much for watching. And once again, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for more beautiful content, more consistent content on the way. Stay tuned. Have a happy new year, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.